Okay then, we've just been to the Co-op supermarket here in Codsall, and now we're waiting for the number 5 route to come back to take us back to Wolverhampton. Now, as you probably be aware, there are some delays on the service, so the next one is going to run late. So I'll be on it as soon as it gets here. And yeah, it's a beautiful sunny day. No rain at all today. Chopped my jumper off because obviously I was getting so hot. And so anyway, next bus, number 5, back to Wolverhampton. Okay, update. I've just looked onto the tracker and apparently we've got the same bus as we had on the outbound service. So we're going to have this bus going back to Wolverhampton. SR10 KFV is going to be our bus. To take us back to the centre of Wolverhampton. So here we go. So I'll see you when I'm on the bus. Okay then guys, we are now on the 5 back to Wolverhampton. Well, we came in on the X5 and now we're on the main 5 back to Wolverhampton. So there's the Co-op food store where we just been. As you know, Codsall's lovely little village. But soon this will be goodbye to Bangor buses serving the village. As from May next month, as the next upcoming month, as May approaches, Charge Rider will take over the full running of the service in and out of the village, which will be the only major provider for the general public, as the National Express only will just continue just to do the schools. So we're now on our way back towards Wolverhampton. This is a lovely little village. I remember doing the NX version of the 5 with the B7s. As you know, Codsall's a very fantastic village, very fantastic. So we've got the same bus, SR10 KFV, as Wardy 63 UZY has now gone on to the X5, because I think they swap over at lunchtime, because I remember this before. Very impressive Codsall SR. Reminds me a little bit like the Coniston ones, the former Coniston. If you remember the Coniston coaches, it used to do 15A, 15C, 294, 296, S15, 133, 213, and of course the 5AC. Obviously Coniston coaches stopped operating, so now going down Elliott's Lane. Well, I would laugh if it was called Billy Elliott's Lane, named after the musical. The exit we're just passing goes towards Brood, and we're following the Bilbrook road that goes towards the village of Bilbrook. So we're in district of South Staffs, Bilbrook. So this is Bilbrook, and of course Bilbrook and Codsall will also still be continued to be maintained by the train services provided by West Midlands Railway, formerly known as London Midland. And so there will still be a regular, so there will be the train service that will continue. The train service will not be affected by this change. It will just be only the bus service that will be just changing to a different operator. So that won't be affected. Oh, that was a bit of a bump earlier, a bit of a... So we're going to, fingers crossed, to see what chase rider might put on this corridor. This is a very fantastic route on the Codsall OSR. The Optairs are, really do like the Optairs. So as you know, this route will continue to provide useful links to the local community in Codsall. So this provides good links. So at least there will be a good link. So we've just gone by one stop. Along the service. Obviously you've also got the train line as an alternative option, but obviously I do like the bus service because it takes you around good areas, and turning left goes towards the county town Stafford, which is the county town of Staffordshire. Going right goes back to Codsall and then goes on to Wolverhampton, which is on the 899 service for Telford. Hopefully I'll get on there and on back in very soon, because I do like the other one. And of course we've got the station here in Bilbrook, so this is Bilbrook. So we now go through the village of Bilbrook. So this is Bilbrook. But the direct service will no longer continue, because that will likely terminate. But obviously we don't know what's going to happen, but I will keep you up to date for what is happening. But all I know that it is going to discontinue. It will be discontinued. So just overtaking Morrison's. Morrison's lorry had just trying to get past us. Little Morrison's LGV low goods vehicle. So there's the Staffordshire Fire and Rescue Service, Fire and Rescue Centre, Bilbrook and Codsall Community Fire Station. That's a shout out to Blue Light Fazbear. Here comes Esso petrol station. Now most Esso petrol stations include a Tesco Express, but this one includes an Asda Express. Interesting. Of course there's a Subway as well. I am a massive Subway fan. So here we are, this is Bilbrook, where connections is provided to the train service. So this is Bilbrook station, and we're just right by the tracks of the train services, and they take you to places such as Cosford, go to Codsall, Albrighton, Cosford, Shifnor, Telford, which is Central Station, and then goes on to Oakham Gate, Wellington, and Shrewsbury. Just now passing us is the Codsall bound X5, but even though the blinds are read incorrectly, so there's UZY. That was the one. So there's UZY just gone past. YD63 UZY, that is on the Codsall bound X5. Now the thumbnail, as you know on the blind, just ignore the destination, because obviously these ones have not been updated, and they probably won't be updated anytime. They won't be updated now, because obviously that will be dropping this service that will be taken, and this will be passed on to Chase Rider. So if you want to find all the information regarding the service changes, hop over to the West Midlands bus users website, and I'll put that link below both these videos, just to give you a bit of a brief overview, so you know that it's referenced. Anyway guys, here we go. We are now leaving the lovely Codsall area back into the centre of Wolverhampton. And so anyway, we got the Optare Solo SR, which we had on the X5 earlier. And now we're doing it on the 5 back to Wolverhampton. So as you know, Chase Rider will be taking over the Sunday. Will be taking over the full timetable, because already they got the Sunday and evening service, and now they're going to integrate it into 7 days a week, because this was a 7-day a week when NXWM operated the service, and now they're going to be running it full time again. So this is going to be exciting. I'm very excited about this. And I wish Chase Rider all the best in the new service. So, NX gave up running the service in 2023. And Chase Rider took over the running of the service. Banger took over the daytime, Monday to Saturday, and Chase Rider on the Sunday and the evening. So anyway, here's a bit of history of the route. So it was originally known as the 535. And Travel West Midlands ran the service with the Optare XLs, if you remember the XLs. Back in the day of Travel West Midlands. They were very brilliant, and of course the old West Midlands travel bus flags. And also the Metro buses operated the service as well, so there'd been Metro buses. And so yeah. So as you know, So Travel West Midlands had operated for good many years now. Had operated the service. Then I think they started to begin a direct competition. Like NXWM renumbered their service to 5, while Bangor buses introduced their own version of the 5 called the 535, the original number. And of course there was the 634 as well. As you know, Bangor did a lot of the Codsall, so they did the Codsall service in the past. And Bangor buses operated in Codsall for the last couple of years. And of course remembered when they used the Alexander bodied Mercedes-Benz minibuses, because they used to have minibuses on this route back in the day, when it was known as Bangor Travel, before Bangor buses took over. And it's been brilliant. And the 634 operated by Bangor Travel. And this service with this service going via Bilbrook, this actually includes the village, while the X5 just goes directly to Bilbrook station. And so it was 2023 when Bus Enthusiast 2023 went on to the 5, when they used the X Go Ahead London Enviro 200s, the X First London, and it was YX60 FUE and YX60 FUF, and Bangor used to operate the 5 and 5.8 is the 634 and the 535. So here we go, en route towards Wolverhampton. Sorry if the video is muted, because there was a lot of copyright music playing in the background.